If you are determined to build an online business, what is the one thing that you absolutely positively must have in order to actually build a proper online business? I'm going to tell you all about it. It's coming right up in my review of Hostzign. Before we get to that, my name is Eric Hammer. I am known as the man with a hat. That's because I wear a fedora pretty much everywhere that I go. I am one of the very few people who can pull them successfully. Well, me and my buddy Neil over here. Now, if you are new to the channel, by the way, if you're not new, well, you know the drill by now. Feel free to skip ahead. My jokes, well, they can be as stale as the English muffins I bought the other day. I already had to throw them away. Sad. You think the Thomases would make English muffins that would last, but they didn't. So anyway, see, I'm getting away from the bagels thing. For those who are regulars in the channel, you know that I'm always into bagels. Now I'm talking about English muffins. Probably just as unhealthy as bagels, to be perfectly honest, but whatever. Anyhow, so if you are new to the channel, what I do here is two things. I review software and info products in the make money online niche. And why would I do such a thing, you might ask? Well, it's very, very simple. It's to make sure that you don't end up buying a bunch of crap. Okay, really, Bart? Really? Do you know who does this all the time? Do you know how irritating that is? Constantly, yakety, 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 over and over and over again. You'd think he will get a life. Bart, get a life, seriously. Anyhow, the way things work here, if I like a product, I will give a tip my hat to the product creator. If I don't, better luck next time. Now, I also do a lot of videos here involving mindset and entrepreneurship.
Yes, he's an entrepreneur. He's very successful.
Well, thank you, Liz Lemon. Now, see, really and truthfully, I should be pissed off at Liz also, because just like Bart, she says the same thing every single time. It's just that she's a fellow New Yorker. How can I get angry at a fellow New Yorker? Anyhow, if you are new, make sure you smash that subscribe button, the bell icon to be notified when I drop new videos. So frankly, subscribe, well, it doesn't mean much here on YouTube anymore. Make sure that you like this video, comment down below. Let's get right into this. Okay, so we are looking right now at the sales page for Hostzign. Now, Hostzign is a brand new product. Let me move my face out of the way here a little bit. This is from my friend Vikram. Now, I'll explain to you why I am reviewing this and why I usually do not do these kinds of things. So first of all, the reason I usually don't do products like this, first of all, what it is hosting for a website. If you're going to run an online business, probably the most basic things you're going to need is your own website to post your reviews on. Theoretically, I suppose you could just post reviews on YouTube. You're not going to get very far that way. You really want to have your own website, okay? And this is an easy way to do it. And it's a one-time fee. It's just $17. I'm going to go over all the details in just a minute. But first, I want to explain to you, I'm also, by the way, going to tell you what my custom bonuses are, because they are really, really cool custom bonuses. I'm going to show you how I was able to make $1,400 for a few hours of work, and also how you're going to be able to do that basically automatically. Anyway, but be that as it may. So let me explain this to you real quick, why I usually ignore these kinds of products. Because it's a one-time fee and hosting is an ongoing cost, usually when I see these kinds of things, it's by people that I know they tend to launch these things constantly, and then 6 months later, they disappear, and that's the end of that, and you'll never hear from them again, and your money is gone, and your website is gone. Okay, this particular product is being launched by my friend Vikram. He runs fire launchers. He's been in this business for, well, forever, as far as I know. One of the biggest names in the industry, and very, very reliable, and very, very, you know, somebody who knows what he's doing and understands what's involved. And I understand how he's able to do this for the price that he's charging you for it. Even though it's a ridiculous price. But and basically the idea is most people who buy these things are going to host like one website, and they also use what's called shared hosting. So let me explain to you the difference, and I'll also explain to you why I do recommend this for probably 95% of people. For 5% of people like me, I would not recommend something like this. For 95% of people, most of the time, you're not going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting with your website. And what do I mean by that? Basically, you're going to have a blog. You're going to, post reviews, videos. You're not going to host your videos on your own website. Nobody does that. You either host them on YouTube or you host them on Vimeo. I use both of those depending on what I'm doing. So the video hosting is not done by your own website. It's only a blog. A blog does not take a lot of resources. Okay, it's really a very minimal amount of resources that you need in order to host a blog. Even if you want to host products on your own website, generally that's not an issue if you're doing courses or things like that. Generally not an issue to host courses on your own website because, again, the videos are going to be hosted probably on YouTube. You just use a hidden link so that it's not available on your public YouTube channel, and you can host it for free on YouTube. That's what most people do in this industry. Sometimes people use Vimeo for it. Vimeo you pay for, YouTube is free. So for 95% of people in this industry or anything to do with making money online, this is more than adequate and it'll do the job. And the only reason that I'm willing to say that I'm comfortable with this is because of who's putting it together, is because of somebody that I know and trust. If it was anybody else, well, almost anybody else, certain people I know, for example, and I won't name names, but certain people I know launch these kinds of things all the time, and they deliberately do it knowing that 6 months or a year later they're going to shut it down and play games, and you'll never see me talking about those people. The only reason I'm willing to do it for this guy is because I know the guy, I know he's honest, I know he's reliable. So the reason that I would not use something like this, and this applies only to a very, very tiny number of people. I personally, if you know me at all, I personally host a lot of software. Okay, I own several different software products. I own Boost Opt-in, I own Storyist, I own InstaBioLink, Social Viral Club, SEO Explosion. So I have a lot of software products. Now, software requires a lot more, Conversion Champ also, obviously. Software requires a lot more resources to run. And so I cannot use what's called a shared hosting. Shared hosting, basically what that means is that the idea is the way they're able to afford to offer you the price that they're able to afford is because they figure you're going to run a vlog or a few courses or whatever. It takes up maybe a gigabyte, 2 gigabytes of space on a hard drive. And so they install a computer with a few terabytes of space, and they can host 15, 20 different websites on the same computer. And so that's how they figure that they can afford to offer this, because of the fact that they know that most people aren't going to use up all that much space. I personally use up a tremendous amount of space because of all the software that I run, that people, pay me for my software. So I have to have more space for my software. Plus, I use up a tremendous amount of resources because of the fact that, a blog, basically the way that the internet works, because of the fact, again, most people, what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and host their videos on YouTube or Vimeo or whatever. It's not taking up much. There's not a whole lot of requirement for use of resources to just host text. It's the video serving, it's serving software, things like that. That's going to take up a lot of space. Now, before you start saying, "Oh, Eric, well, I want to make sure that I'm going to have enough availability," okay, 95% of people will never need more than what you're going to get from this thing. All right, and just so you understand, the prices that he has listed here, $35 a month. Okay, this is from GoDaddy. He's also got from HostGator for a server, $120 a month. These are cheap. Okay, seriously, I pay thousands of dollars for my hosting because of the fact that I have to run software off of my website. I literally pay thousands upon thousands of dollars every year for the hosting that I run. But that's because of what I run requires that level of service, requires that level of additional materials. I can't run your average stuff like a blog on a shared server. I have to have my own private server. So I have Basically, what I'm paying for is a computer on somewhere in a data farm where it's my computer alone, and I rent that computer alone, and everything that I have runs off of that computer. And when I need more space, I pay them extra money in order to expand the amount of space that I have, in order to expand the amount of resources that I have, the bandwidth that I have. Everything is paid for that way, and that's why I have to spend a ridiculous amount of money for hosting. But for 95% of people, you're never going to need that. And so for 95% of people, the $17 you're going to pay for this is going to be more than enough. Now, just to make this even more tempting for you, I have a ridiculous bonus when you pick this up from me. So here's the deal. Pick it up from me, and I am going to give you 10 ready to deploy websites. Now, these are custom built websites that I personally have earned as much as $2,000 for. The last one I did, I got paid $1,400 for it. It was just when I needed some money, and so I did it. It took me, I think, about 6 hours of work to make $1,400, which ain't bad money. Okay, so pick it up. You're going to get these 10 ready to deploy websites. These are custom made websites that you can actually deploy. They're not, like, obviously you can get like a ready-made website for free, but these are not the ready-made websites that are designed for, where basically it's just a shell and you have to add all the content in. This includes content. These are ready to deploy for specific industries, and you can actually sell them for specific industries and make real money from them. Okay, and that's something that you cannot find elsewhere. It's custom built websites specifically for specific industries, so you can actually make real money from these websites. All right, that's going to be my custom most to you. Pick up for $17. You get 10 ready to deploy websites. Now, if you pick up any upgrade to Hostzign, then I'm going to give you PLR rights. That means you get to sell, use it as a bonus, give it away. You're going to get PLR rights to my course on bespoke websites. Bespoke websites basically means a custom built website. Basically what you see, what you got there is over my shoulder videos where you're watching as I'm building a custom built website for a customer that I had. I put the videos together as I was started. I said, okay, this is what my customer wants. This is what I'm building. And you see me picking out things step by step, and you see the exact process. It's a 6-video course. You get PLR rights. It means you get to sell it, give it away, use it as a bonus. Now, if you pick up the entire funnel, and this is only going to be for the first 3 people, and I'll explain to you why there's only 3 people that I can give this away to. The first 3 people who pick up the entire funnel of Hostzign, okay? And frankly, I think I'm kind of like shooting myself in the foot for doing this, but pick up the entire funnel of Hostzign, and the first 3 people who do so, I'm going to give you 1 membership, basically 1 website that you're going to be able to use Wishlist member on with lifetime membership. Now, why is that a big deal? Wishlist member is usually $99 per year per website. Okay, I was able to purchase a license to Wishlist member lifetime. They don't have it available anymore. I paid a couple $1,000s for it, if I recall correctly, and they gave me 20 websites. I don't need all 20. So I can spare 3 of them. And so basically what I want to do is help you out because you are a loyal member of my tribe. So the first 3 people that pick up the entire funnel of Hostzign will be able to get, just send a message to support and let me know which website you would like to install it onto, and we'll install it for you on whichever website you want. You're going to get Wishlist member for free to use on whichever website you want. You get 1 website that you can use it for free on. And by the way, you can use the trick with Wishlist member, because you're allowed unlimited levels of membership. What I'm doing is I started out, I always buy a new domain name every time I do a new product. And each time I've installed Wishlist member to run the membership on that site. What I'm going to start doing is going forward, in order to make sure I preserve my wish list member sites is that basically I'll have the sales page on the main website that I, the domain name that I buy, but then the membership side is actually going to be on my own personal website on maninthehat.io. And basically then I can simply say, okay, you want to purchase membership to this thing. So I set up the membership levels, and I can have 1,000 different membership levels, but still only have it on a single website. So that's what this way it counts as one domain name as far as my 20 that I have for wishlist members. So that's why I can afford to give away 3 of them. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to afford to give away any of them at all, because I would end up needing a lot more than that eventually. Right now, I think we have about 12 different products. 13 different products, something like that use wishlist member. So obviously I wouldn't be able to give them away if I had to do that. But because of the fact that this is, future planning, we're able to do that. So we have 3 of them to give away if you pick up the entire funnel. Let me show you the members area real quick over here, just so you can see how this all works. You can see that basically it's a very basic members area, very easy to use. And basically you're just going to go ahead and install your own domain name that you want to host here, okay? And basically you're going to be able to have cPanel. cPanel, by the way, they charge extra now for some of us. Very surprised and pleasantly surprised to see that they're including cPanel for free with Hostzign. So it's a really good deal for you for $17. So let's see if I'm going to give it a as the product creator or not.
You the man.
Yeah, seriously, you the man. Okay, I like this because the fact that I know Vikram, I know he's reliable, I know he's somebody that I can trust to steer you right. That's the reason that I'm willing to tell you about this. Ordinarily, you will not see, if you look through all of my YouTube channel, you'll see I pretty much avoid these kind of things, the unlimited email or the unlimited hosting, these kind of things. Usually I avoid them because I know that there's costs involved. And I understand the way they figure the numbers in order to be able to afford the unlimited hosting. But at the same time, most of these guys, like I said, tend to be fly-by-night operations where they'll shut it down after a year or so, and then you're stuck. The only reason I'm telling you about this is because I happen to personally trust Vikram. I know that he's a reliable person, been in this business forever. He's not going to go and play games on you. So you can rely on him to actually keep this thing going for you so that you're going to have your website for the foreseeable future. So yeah, go ahead and grab this one. This one really you're going to love.